John Mellencamp's going to come in. We should get him to spin the wheel of sex.
There you go.
Hey, why don't you play gay chicken? Celebrity gay chicken.
Ooh.
Oh, how about that?
With John Mellencamp. Oh, that'd be something.
Yeah, baby.
Who could play gay chicken with John Mellencamp?
Who needs an Xbox?
I play for like some money.
For money?
Yeah, he's got cash, Mellencamp.
Let me think about that. Hey, Gary, who could play gay chicken with John Mellencamp?
Yeah, but what are we going to put up?
I ain't playing with him. I'm saying who could. Got to get somebody who needs something.
Well, again, Casey's your go-to guy.
Casey
wants an Xbox.
Casey wants the Xbox, but what's in it for John Mellencamp?
Right.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Maybe grabbing Casey's package.
I'm looking at the notes. John Mellencamp sold 30 million records. So what can you offer the guy?
Right.
Yeah.
Not much.
Not much. Yeah, John Mellencamp. I see him when I was in L.A. I saw him walking around with his girlfriend or wife. I don't know what she is.
I think he married again. Yeah.
Yeah, she's way hot.
He had that one model, right? That blonde. He's not with her anymore.
I don't know. I don't remember.
That's the chick he married.
No, he got married when he was young. Then he married a woman that through most of the 80s that was like a model type, and then that thing didn't work out. And then he married another. Like,
Got a new model, yeah.
Yeah, remember him? He's the one who had to change the tattoo, I think,
Right.
because he had the girlfriend or wife's name on his arm or something.
Hey.
Yo, I'm 0-1 in gay chicken, but I'll take him on. I'll beat him. I'll beat him at gay chicken.
I'll take
Bring him
KC on for like $3 grand.
You just want to feel John Mellencamp's package.
No, I want an Xbox.
Yeah, Mellencamp's
maybe he'll-
dying for that.
Maybe Mellencamp will play you.
Yeah, maybe he cares about, a young guy who needs an Xbox.
It's gay chicken.
I got to tell you, I was reading the notes on Mellencamp. I think he'd punch Casey before he put his hand on his leg.
Why don't you
Yeah,
play?
Mellencamp's kind of like he's kind of a white trash boy. What is his daddy was an alcoholic?
You know what his
That's
deal
like
is?
really macho.
He's one of those guys who, at a very young age, had the attitude, nobody's going to tell me what to do. He's always grown up with that attitude.
Right.
Nobody tells him what to do.
What was his history?
I was looking at the notes. It had something to do with. I can't remember. I mean, it was a weird family life, and then I know he got paddled in grammar school because they accused him of trying to set the school on fire. But he was just lighting a couple of matches, out in the point.
Paddled?
He's probably taking a smoke.
But getting paddled is a very strange thing.
Yeah, it is.
I think he still smokes, but he had that heart attack.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's a guy who loves to smoke. I respect that.
Oh, here's the thing. When John was born, he had a growth on his back that was the size of a man's fist. It turned out to be spina.
Was it like two-headed Chang?
No, it wasn't like Andy Garcia's twin.
Right.
But it was spina bifida. He had a 50-50 chance of living and had to remove it. It was a risky operation. He was sick for a while.
Nice.
Wow.
Like it says, here's a perfect example. As a child, he said the F word in his mother's presence. So she washed his mouth out with soap,
Oh,
and then
right.
after he was done, he said, "F you, Mom."
Nice.
Like nobody tells him what to do. I
like
love
this
that.
guy.
Got paddled by the
That's funny.
teacher. Got kicked off the
With
high
his
school.
pants off or on?
Didn't say. He got kicked off the high. This is great because if you ever played with coaches, you know how they are about this. He got kicked off the high school football team as a freshman because he had his cigarettes in his back pocket of his uniform.
That's funny.
F you.
Smoking during the game.
Yeah.
All right, I got to take a break. With any luck, he'll play Casey and Gay Chicken. Hey, John, good to see you. Wait, what is it? Is this microphone working? Give me a test.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
Look at you. You look good.
Thanks.
You're in shape.
I am?
Yeah, you look good. You look good. Now take a seat and relax. There's no reason
You're an old guy, right?
Hey, listen, join the club. I ain't getting any younger either. You do look good. I see, I'm getting really big laugh lines here, you see? I got to get some of that Botox shot into my
You
face.
want to get a couple of
Yeah, but
shots?
see, you're laughing more than me. You're having a better time.
Yeah, you're always angry.
You said you saw him with a beautiful woman. What's he upset about?
I don't know what he's upset about.
Well, Howard's got a beautiful
He's a
woman.
rock star.
Howard's got a beautiful woman. He says he still needs
He
to go to the
just
shrink.
got a beautiful woman.
I go to the
Well,
shrink
he
3
had
days a
beautiful
week.
woman before, but he had problems.
How many days a week you go to the shrink?
Never.
You don't go to a shrink?
Never.
You never went?
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
But for marital problems.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody winds up there
I live
then.
in Indiana, man.
There's no shrink.
There's no shrink.
I don't even know how to stop seeing the shrink.
But in Indiana, there's even a marriage shrink, even though there's no other shrink.
No, they got marriage shrinks everywhere. Yeah, how long were you in marriage therapy before your marriage broke up?
Well, I knew right away that wasn't going to work. I mean,
I did too.
So how long did you go just to appease the other party?
Yeah, like how long did you go just because you have to go? A year?
I think I went once.
Oh, you only went once.
I put my whole heart and soul in it.
You really made the commitment.
Well, I hate to put a woman out if her heart's not in it, so I just,
Right.
well, you want to be married? Okay.
She didn't want to be married.
Well, I couldn't
Oh,
blame
come
her.
on.
Right.
What did you put her through?
It was one intense session.
Why is she on me?
Who, Robin?
Yeah.
Oh,
All
she's.
what I put her through. Well, how do you know what I put her through, young lady?
It's
I
always
saw
the guy.
movie.
It's,
Yeah, so,
always,
I mean, it's always the guy, right?
it's always the guy who puts everyone through it.
Wait
That's
a minute.
what it
This
was for
guy,
me.
This guy was on the road, and I think he had a wandering eye. Don't
So
you?
what?
On the road, supporting
He's
the
a man.
family, paying mortgage payments.
So he got a little strange on the road. What musician doesn't? Was that it? You got strange? You got caught?
It was the 80s.
It was.
It was the 70s and the 80s. I mean, you know, I was in a rock band.
No, when I went to marriage therapy, the therapist and everyone else ganged up on me.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. And told me what a creep I was.
Oh, dear.
Well, I
No
mean, it was.
wonder you feel so bad about
Well,
yourself.
it was kind of like, hey, you're not a good, you're not good at anything. And I went, wait a second, I'm good at bringing home the money.
Yeah.
I thought they're not supposed to do that. I thought the way it worked is that you go in there and they try to make you recognize what might be going wrong, but they're not supposed to tell you you're doing the wrong thing.
I felt very ganged up on. You know what I mean? I really did. I don't know, but I hung in for a year.
Yeah, but he only went once, so I don't think they had time to gang up on him.
Hey, John, listen to this. When I went to marriage therapy, the marriage therapist's office was across the street from a modeling agency. So I had,
You knew you were in trouble right there, didn't you?
so I would sit and wait in my car because we didn't want anyone to know we were in marriage therapy.
But Howard, hold on for a second.
Yeah.
It was a good anger thing because after you left there, you could walk across the street and get your anger off. So you had to go to the therapist for anger management.
It worked opposite. What I would do is I would sit outside the office waiting to go in, and I'd be seeing all these hot chicks walking by, and I'm going, oh. And then I go to
Then you
marriage
take him to
therapy.
therapy. No wonder it didn't work.
It was crazy.
Like, how can I tank this session?
You're married again now, right?
I've been married to Elaine for 10 years.
And that one's working?
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Well, you know, men, at least in men that I know, we're not really worth too much till we hit 40.
All right.
You know, I mean, I was really unreliable till I got to be 40. You really couldn't count on me very much.
You were really bad.
Yeah, I was in a rock band.
Yeah, and isn't it true? I mean, you have so many possibilities that it's just hard to stay faithful. And a woman should understand that.
Especially when you're a little immature.
Well, I don't know.
Were you immature?
She's on me, right?
Yeah. Were you immature? You were immature.
I'm immature right now.
Yeah, me
suppose.
too. And you're living in Indiana again?
Yeah, I've always lived there.
Oh, you never
Yeah, you
moved?
never moved.
I've never moved from there.
Don't you have like places all over, like in France or something?
No.
You don't have. It's just Indiana.
No, I have a place in South Carolina.
Oh, and what are they? Mansions or something?
Plantations.
I don't know.
Ranches.
You know, I mean, you must live pretty well. It's silly for you to work
You know
this
what I
hard
read
and
about
not.
him
Yeah.
in houses? You ever see that mansion or that house in the movie Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil? Did you ever see that movie? It's a
Yeah.
house in New Orleans.
Oh,
It's
in New Orleans. That
No,
one.
no, no,
yeah.
no, no.
I heard he liked it so much he sent.
It's in Savannah, Georgia.
Well, I heard he liked it so much he sent an architect to go look at it so he could build it somewhere else for him.
No, that's not true.
What's wrong with that? I would do that.
That's not true. I went down to a friend of mine was a real estate agent, and he said he'd get me a deal on it. On that house. So I went down and I looked at the house.
Oh.
But the woman who owned it was pretty nutty, and I knew that there was like, whoa, wait a minute, how much money you want for this place? I'll see you.
Too much money.
Yeah, she was all caught up in the excitement of the book, and,
And the movie
Savannah's
and
a
all
small
that.
town.
Right. Wouldn't it be weird to live in like Indiana in a small town somewhere and then have the biggest house there? I mean, you do want to fit in with the locals.
Really?
You don't?
I never thought about that, Howard.
I would.
I never thought
I mean, when
about
you
that.
come down, they go, "Oh, there's that rich Jew."
Yeah.
I go, "Hey, wait, I'm not a Jew. No, all you Jews are rich." No, I'm John Mellencamp. I'm one of you.
You set foot on the Mellencamp plantation, you better set your mind to working.
I mean, seriously. I mean, you walk into town, you're like the guy. You're the guy with the big house.
Yeah.
Well, not really. I mean, there's a lot of people around. Like Bob Knight lived there for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
He's average.
he's average.
He's an average guy. He's a run-of-the-mill guy.
Chairs.
You know, Howard, I know a lot of people who went to school in Indiana who are from Indiana, and everyone's got a story about like hanging with John at the bar. Like John's a regular guy, apparently.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you got to be in Indiana or they'll lynch you. You got to be a regular
Nobody
guy.
else to hang out
You don't
with.
look regular.
Yeah, you bad. You and them Hollywood boys.
Something unregular about you.
Yeah, you better
Yeah.
not come home in any spandex and eye makeup.
No, you had a lot of anger for years. Wasn't your nickname Little Bastard when you went on the road? People used to say that.
Well, no, that was a name that I kind of gave myself.
Oh.
You might ask Mike about that. He was been in the
Was
band
he-
for 25 years.
Mike, was he Little Bastard? I mean,
yeah.
he was.
Well, yeah.
It was a big pain in the ass.
That was part of the program.
Yeah. Like, what would he do that would be so bad?
Oh, nothing so bad. I'm just kind of, I'm very tenacious, Howard.
Right. And you tell people off and stuff. Now, you did the Christmas tree lighting
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
And even on your guitar, it said, it had the F word. It said F racism, and they made you cover the F word.
Well, I even have a funnier story than that.
What happened?
I played at the White House, a couple years ago.
For
right?
Clinton?
Yeah, for Clinton. And I have like, I guess 30 inner city kids singing in the choir behind me, and I'm doing like, one of my songs. I'm doing Pink Houses and This Land Is Your Land, right?
Right.
And there's all these guys in rock band. I mean, I can't remember who all was there. Eric Clapton, all these people. Right? It's a huge show.
Yeah.
And I'm like the last thing, and I walk out, and Clinton and his wife are sitting right there. I have all these, pre-teenage kids behind me, and I have that guitar on. I've had that guitar for like 30 years.
With F racism on it.
Yeah. And I walk out, and as I'm walking out, I look down. It's on national TV, and oh, shit. And I walk down, and I start playing, right?
Yeah.
And Mrs. Clinton is like wigging out. She's going, and it's on television.
Because it's the F word.
Yeah, yeah. And I have all those kids behind me, too.
Good image.
And by the time I realized it had happened, it was too damn late.
Hopefully
So
she doesn't
after
disagree.
the thing's over, Clinton asked me to come up to the house. So Elaine and I went up to their house, and an aide comes up and says, "Well, the phones are ringing off the wall about this F word in Mellencamp.
Yeah.
What do you want me to tell them?" And the president goes, "Tell them they misread it."
He's the best.
Yeah.
Did you hang out with him at all? I mean, did you hang out with Clinton? I mean, was he a down-to-earth guy?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I've run into that guy maybe a half a dozen times.
And he's nice to you. He blew me off.
He did?
Yeah, he wouldn't even shake my hand. Like it's not that he didn't shake my hand. I was just standing there, and he put his back. He made that move where he put his back to me, and then he shook Bon Jovi's hand.
And then
he
X'd you out of the conversation.
X'd me, pushed me out, and then we're right into Paul McCartney's dressing room
Right.
at that concert for New York.
Because John doesn't understand. You were talking to Bon Jovi at the time.
Yeah, he blew me off. It's
He's
all right.
always been nice to me.
I think people are afraid to be seen with me. You know what I mean? I think it's a whole image thing.
I don't get it.
Well, come on, look at me.
I saw you in L.A. I said hi to you.
Yo, you were nice to me. We were staying at the same hotel.
Yeah.
You were walking
That's
around.
a nice hotel, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a real nice hotel.
Yeah.
That's some hotel. What was the name of that hotel? I forget.
You do not. You know.
No, I really do.
Oh, come on. You stay
hotel?
there all the time.
It was what, the Bel Air or something?
Bel Air.
The Bel Air, yeah. Boy,
That place is great. I've been staying there since the early 80s.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's got little like bungalows.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm walking around and I see John Mellencamp and I go, this is a cool place. Then I walk out front, Whitney Houston's there with Bobby Brown. They're yelling at the parking lot guy because they're missing the rims on their tires. I go, this is fun.
Where's my rim?
Yeah. And he's like, where about? And Whitney's going, baby, calm down. The rims
What
are
a
gone.
show.
Oh my God, it was
What
great.
a show.
I go, man, I feel like I'm happening all of a sudden.
You paid them to stay there.
Yeah.
Bitch, you took my rim.
Yeah. Oh, it was unbelievable. She said, calm down, Bobby.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was great. And then I go,
Why didn't you come and get me? I'd like to see that
oh,
too.
it happened so fast. They were yelling and screaming. It was just the best. It
You
was
said,
just,
Mellencamp, over, go look at this.
hey, come here, you see something good. Oh, it was great. And then I saw Bob Guccione Jr., the guy who has Spin Magazine and Gear Magazine.
yeah.
Right.
He's sitting by the pool. He comes over and we're talking. And one thing, Lisa, he gives me a tour of where he's received oral sex, each place by the pool.
In the Bel Air
Yeah.
Hotel.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a great
They
tour.
must be happy
See,
about
that hotel really works.
Yeah, he says to me, you see those bushes over there? I received a BJ over there. And I went, oh, really? Let's go take a look. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Well, Bobby should be happy with anything he could get.
Yeah, but by the way, he got married,
He did.
which is a big mistake.
Got married like a month ago.
Got married a month ago.
I've known this guy 25 years, and he doesn't tell me he's getting married.
No.
I think he's trying to keep it a secret from the women.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
something.
he doesn't want too many people to know so he can date.
He didn't tell his father he was getting married.
You know what was funny
Keep
is
that quiet.
Bob Guccione Jr. doesn't talk to his dad, Bob Guccione Sr., which is, to me, the biggest faux pas in the world. His father's rich. His father's the head of Penthouse, can get him laid anytime he wants, but he has to have a beef with his father. If that was my father, I'd suck his feet every goddamn night just to be in the will.
Well, the rub is that there's a brother who does that. There's another
there was
Gucci.
your
Yeah,
brother,
he's still in good with Bob.
But Bob's like, a renegade and all of that. So he comes on our show and he tells me he's getting married. I go, yeah, is your father going? He goes, I badly want to make up with my father. I went over to his house. He won't even see me. So he turns to me and he goes, will you call my father and ask him to come to the
my
wedding?
goodness.
I go, Bob, you got to be kidding me. I don't know your dad.
Did you do it?
Hell no.
Oh,
I'm gonna call his
that
father.
would have been great.
I'm gonna call his father and say, "Hey,
that's so
Mr.
funny.
Guccione, will you go to your son's wedding?"
Yeah, but I've heard through the grapevine
Oh, you
that,
should have.
that his dad is we're just all furniture in his dad's world.
Oh yeah, his dad's a tough guy. He's like,
That's what I hear. He just kind of moves people around,
I enjoy Penthouse magazine, and I enjoy. You ever hear him?
Yeah.
His voice is in the basement, and for some reason he's into. Have you read Penthouse at all?
Never.
Well, I read it, and why? You got a problem with it?
No, I have no problem at all.
All
I
right.
just
You into porno?
Am I into porno?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, you watch porno, right?
I've
You're a
seen
guy.
it.
Don't act like you don't.
I've seen it.
Just 'cause you
I
perform-
can't say, she'll be on me. I'm not going to say anything.
Just because you perform for President Clinton doesn't mean you don't watch porno. No, but Guccione's into this weird thing in Penthouse now where it's always guys. Now there's guys in the magazine, and they're naked, and their whole hair is shaved, and they glisten, and they're all in Roman gladiator outfits, receiving oral
That's
sex
funny.
from women dressed up in togas. He's completely hung up on...
Well, he did that whole Caligula thing.
He did. But what's his deal? Like, what is he, a Roman emperor?
I guess.
Come to me.
I'm a Roman emperor.
Call me Caesar.
I must have you.
Yes. So he'd be a difficult guy to have as a father, I imagine.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, and you had a difficult childhood. What was I? What were we reading, Gary, about John?
Childhood illness. I remember.
Childhood illness.
Yeah, what was that boil you had on your back? what was that all about?
It's called spina bifida.
You
It's
had
called spina bifida.
What is that? I never had that.
You never had that?
No, I had everything.
Well, come over. I'll give you some.
Yeah. How do you get spina bifida? What is that? A genetic thing?
Yeah, it's like I had
It's
a
a
growth
birth
on my
defect.
spine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cigarette. Can I smoke in here?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't care what you do.
Can I?
Why are you
We
smoking?
gotta
You've got
talk to him
such a
about
great
that.
life.
I'm an idiot.
You're going to kill yourself.
Well, I know that. Well, I figured up the other day. I was down in Florida with a bunch of guys, and we were all talking about how much we hate to smoke.
Yeah.
And we figured out that I've smoked 375,000 cigarettes in my life. Now, nothing good can come from that.
No, how many packs do you smoke a day?
Just one right now.
Just one.
But, in the, years ago, I smoked 2 or 3. I wouldn't.
It nearly killed you.
Yeah,
And you've
it's
got a great life. You got tons of money.
Howard,
You got a
before
great wife.
Howard, I already know all this stuff.
Yeah. Did you
but
go to a hypnotist or something?
I've done all that crap.
You've done it.
But here's what it's like. It's like, Howard, you can never eat again. You can never
But
eat.
you don't have to
I
smoke.
smoked. Yeah, you
that's
have
it.
to eat.
Non-smoker,
Yeah.
you could be pretty arrogant about it when you don't know what it's about.
No,
I
I
used to
smoked.
smoke.
We both smoked. I smoked 3 packs a day.
How did you quit?
I'll tell you what, I found a motivation. And what I said was this. When I go on the radio, my voice sometimes gets tired. It hurts. So if I'm going to have a career in radio, I sat down with myself and I just said, you know what, as much as I love smoking, and trust me, I love smoking every bit as much as you do. I loved it. And I just said, I've got to quit if I'm going to have a career in radio because my voice gets so tired. And then the other thing I used was, whenever I'd walk outside on a really nice day, I'd had a smoke because I was so addicted. And I just said, man, this is a nice day. What am I doing smoking? And that
Well, see,
somehow worked.
That might have worked for you, but for me, it's like my voice always sounded better the more cigarettes I smoked.
Oh, darn.
Really? No, you think that. That's in your head.
And there's nothing better than a cigarette on a beautiful day.
See, he's got all the wrong wiring.
Yeah, all that fresh air will kill you. So there's no help. But, what about this as a motivation? Like, I'm reading about George Harrison, and he's
Let
dying.
me tell you something. That's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, brain
But you
cancer.
act as if it's not going to happen to you.
I just said, young lady, that 375,000 cigarettes is nothing good's going to come from that. So
Yeah.
I'm not acting like nothing's going to happen for me.
And
I'm
here
totally
you
aware.
are.
Stuff has already happened to me.
Really?
You think
What?
it's
Well,
too
yeah.
late to stop, huh?
And here you are, a national treasure. You're an important guy. You got a great-looking wife. And you know what's going to happen? You smoke.
She'll get all the
Well,
money.
here's the motivation. You drop dead. She gets married within a year like Sonny Bono's wife.
Oh.
And then, it's all your money and everything else. You don't
You're
need
having
that.
a good time.
You are?
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah, and then you have the slow, painful death.
Well, Howard, John already had a heart attack.
I know that.
Right on
That could happen to
stage, wasn't
anybody,
it?
though.
Yeah, that happens to everyone. I don't think that was the cigarette.
That was stress.
I think that was marriage therapy. So anyway, John, you said we could talk to you about some of your greatest hits, in a sense, and
Sure.
And maybe talk about what was going through your mind when you wrote these. I love talking to great songwriters and finding out what the hell was going on. Do you have any preference, or you want me to just read off this list that we were talking about?
Whatever you like.
Start with the ones that we highlighted.
All right. Well, Jack and Diane. I mean, that's one of your most famous ones. Is that like your first huge hit?
I guess, it was my first #1 record, yeah.
Yeah, and that's when you could tell the record company to stop calling you Johnny Cougar and stuff.
Well, the truth is, when they heard that record, they hated it.
They did.
Oh yeah, didn't it? We were down in Florida when we made that record.
Yeah, they really almost refused to release it.
They hated Jack and Diane.
Oh, they hated it.
And
the whole record.
so how do you get them to release it as a single?
Well, Polygram. Finally, what happened? We just went to Polygram and said, "Look, it's not your job to like these records; it's your job to sell them. So put it out." They weren't going to put it out.
Yeah, but when you're an artist starting out, like you got, like you didn't have clout then. They picked the single.
No,
They don't?
No, I've always picked my records.
They allowed you to do that.
They didn't allow me to. It was just kind of like, this is what it is, and if we don't do it that way, then we'll have trouble. Let's don't have any trouble.
And didn't you have a fear that because they didn't like the record that they wouldn't be behind it and they wouldn't promote it?
They weren't behind it.
And did they promote it at all?
No, there was one guy, a guy that at Polygram named Bill Cataldo, who loved Hurt So Good and Jack and Diane,
right.
And through his stubborn efforts, that song became a hit.
So if it wasn't for him, probably.
Wasn't for him. Yeah, well, him and a guy named Russell Shaw, who's dead. But those two guys worked. I mean, when nobody else gave two shits, those guys worked day in and day out.
Is this guy still a friend of yours? I mean, do you feel that he is like the main thrust of your career? I mean, he was the guy who got it going?
Well, I haven't seen him in 10 years. He just kind of, these guys, Howard, you're in radio.
They come and go.
Yeah, I mean, this guy was like, into it, and, it was the early 80s, late 70s.
So thank God for this guy.
He just kind of blew up.
Are you sick of doing that song?
No, because
I always sense that a guy who's sung that, like I've had James Taylor on the show, and I asked him the same question. I go, are you sick of doing, Sweet Baby James and all those? He goes, no, I like doing them. I don't care. If people like it, I'll do it. But I always get a sense guys don't like doing their old songs.
I always change the arrangements of it to keep it interesting.
Keep it fresh.
Yeah, and it's like coming in here. I mean, it's just like you guys coming in here. Some days you love it, and some days you think, oh, God. Here we go again.
Yeah, I could understand that. I don't know. I just think if I wrote a hit song, I'd just be so happy.
You would only sing that one.
I'd only sing that. I'd stop with one. I'd be afraid of screwing it up.
Another one.
Now, Pink Houses. Well, wait, let's do it in order. Wait a second. Well, Pink Houses, came after. After Jack and Diane.
Yep.
Now, what radio station were you working at then?
I'm trying to remember. What year did you release that? Do you know?
83.
83. I was
NBC.
NBC.
I was at NBC, and I think we played that a lot.
Yeah, that was one of the songs that we were thrilled to play.
Yeah.
I worked at a station that was adult contemporary and played like the worst music. So once in a while, a song would come on that would not only be a big hit in the rock and roll world, but that would be a cool song. Like that would be one of the songs that was cool. And remember, we'd like want to play that.
Oh,
They would give us a choice. We'd look at a piece of paper, and it was Barbra Streisand's Love Theme from Evergreen, Matthew Wilder, Nobody's Gonna Break My Stride, or Pink Houses.
Yeah.
And
So,
we'd be like,
so if we got a Pink Houses, we'd like save that for when we were really funny, and then we go, yeah, John Mellencamp,
into it.
Pink Houses.
Yeah, but radio was great back then. I mean,
For you.
well, it was great for
You weren't in it.
But,
Why was it great back then?
It was great because the playlists were like you said. Now if you work at a station like that, you have no choice. It's on. Here's what you're playing. You have no choice.
I know. What do? You write those songs? They come to you like Michael Jackson. I mean, I hate to quote him, but he's always saying God put the song in his head. It just comes to him one day. Or is that like? You believe in that?
Yeah, little pink houses. For you and me. There's a black man in a black hat.
Oh, dear.
Hey, do you get a lot of black chicks after you write a song like that? Seriously. I mean, wait a second. Put that microphone up.
What?
Do you get a lot of black chicks after you write a song like that? Because black people must have loved that. I mean, it's it's a song about racism and.
Well, I'll tell you what. I walk down the street and black people are always high-fiving me.
They are.
They never come to my concerts.
They don't care how many black songs you write.
Oh, I've written a lot of songs about race,
Right.
And, but it always amazes me. I look out there and there might be a couple guys here, a couple girls here.
Right.
But on the street, man, it's like, hey.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good. But so did you bang a lot of black chicks in your life? Because you're not a racist guy. You're your guitar says F racism. So you must have banged a lot of black chicks, I would imagine, in your day.
I think black women are attractive. Yeah.
Yes, you do. So you've had that.
That's a yes.
That's a yes.
he's always got hot-looking black chicks in the band, too. The backup singers and all that stuff.
That's a hell yes.
Yes.
Half of my band is black.
Yeah.
Half the band is black.
Yeah.
Where are the black chicks today? We want to meet a few of them. All right, the next song.
How are they awfully young?
Are they? Not for me, huh?
Yeah, it's bad.
What about Small Town? Let's talk about that for a second. So, any interesting story about that I should know? Anything cool? Once you get to this point in your career, anytime you want to release a single, they'll release whatever the hell you want, right?
You would think so, but it's
Still a struggle?
it's like I wouldn't think that guys have been making records are that relevant right now for 25 years.
Yeah, what is that? Like, why on MTV can't I find a John Mellencamp anymore? Why? What is going on with Britney Spears and NSYNC? I don't understand it. Why
Well,
can't...
it's easy to understand. That music is back when we were kids and rock and roll was king.
Yeah.
The music came from the streets, and these big record companies said, "Wow, did you see this guy?" Now they manufacture all this.
Doesn't it feel like you've got to be almost a cabaret artist in order to be a success today? I mean, you almost have to know how to dance and...
Well, these people, these artists today, they're told what to do by guys mine and your age. If you want this to work, you got to do this and you got to do that and sing this song and sing that song, and then when the songs aren't successful, they just go, to hell with them.
I refuse to wear a belly shirt to be a recording artist. I'm
Really?
sorry. Yeah, I'm just not going to do it.
That's why you haven't gotten a contract.
That's what I said. I did an interview yesterday, and I said, I don't really have anything to do with it. I mean, girls in stretch dresses, and me, I don't know what I do with that.
You were never about that. Even your videos were never... I never saw, the hot chick video thing with you. You always kind of made them... you kept them real.
They were relevant.
Yeah, they were relevant. They were.
I wanted that, but...
Yeah, why didn't you put any hot chicks in your business?
I wanted that.
Like a Van Halen thing. Yeah. Take a phone call. This is Tanae. Tanae, what's up?
Hi.
What's up, honey?
Not much. I was just sitting in my car so my son could talk to John.
Your son can talk to John? How old's your son?
Yeah. Pardon me?
How old is your son?
He's 9 years old.
Why would a 9-year-old want to talk to John Mellencamp? He's not aware of John Mellencamp yet.
Oh, yes, he is. He has all the CDs, and they wear out so fast that I have to go buy more.
Are you trying to say that John Mellencamp is your son's father, and that's why he knows him? What's he going to say? What's he going to say to your son?
He's just, we've been wanting to go to his concerts and stuff. And
All right, hold on. Let me get John to do this. I'll take care of this, John. Okay. Hello. What's happening? What's up? Let me talk to your son.
Where's your son?
Hey, what's happening?
Come on, Howard.
Ah, please.
You got to excuse me. I have a cold.
I got one thing to say to you, son. F racism. Goodbye. I took care of it for you.
That's good advice.
You get a lot. I sometimes get that where a guy will come up to me and say, "I want you to talk to my son or sign an autograph for my son." The son's 2 years old. There's no way that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nicole, go ahead. You're on with John Mellencamp. Now, John Mellencamp has a new album called Cuttin' Heads, and it's available at stores now. Go ahead, Nicole.
I've been listening to John for maybe 15, 20 years, and I really love his music. But the thing is that he just made a comment about blacks not being in his audience. His fans are a little bit intimidating. They're kind of like redneck looking, kind of.
John doesn't have a redneck audience.
Isn't that racist?
Are you black?
Yes, I am.
Well, that was a racist comment right there.
Right. John, I don't get the feeling that John's audience is redneck.
Let me tell you something. My audience is like
hippies.
Yeah.
Well, they're young kids all the way up to grandfathers and
You know what a redneck is to her? A white person.
Yeah.
Robin.
When you're black, everybody looks like a redneck.
Robin, you are still wrong because my husband is Jewish and I'm Jamaican. So you're still wrong.
Oh, you're Jamaican. Then that explains it. You're not an American black. You're confused.
And my husband is Jewish, so
You're a Jamaican.
Yeah. You hate American blacks. That's your
No,
problem.
I don't.
Yes, you do. All Jamaicans do.
That's not true, Howard.
It's not?
John, when are you going to be touring?
Oh, there you
She'll
go.
come to your concert.
She's
Come
gonna
on down to the concert, honey.
Come on, honey. We won't get a hold of you at the concert.
We're waiting for you. We got a pickup truck. We're going to take you down Route 9.
We're going to be playing in New York, I think, in like March or something.
March, I'm coming.
Great.
I want to see. I've never seen a John Mellencamp show. Except
Wow,
in
as
my
many
studio.
shows have I done?
I've never. And you know what? He's going to be playing at the Apollo, honey. You come down there with all your black friends. No, I know what John's talking about. A lot of black people don't show up at the concert. That's not racist to say that. That's just the facts.
Well, yeah,
you know
I mean,
what,
it's
Howard, can I tell you, honestly, blacks don't really patronize concerts anyway. Because I was
that's
Oh, yeah, please. Did you see what happened at the last Ja Rule shows? 100,000 people.
That's different. I went to see Dionne Warwick, Burt Bacharach at Westbury, and there were hardly any blacks and all that. I went to see
Well,
hi
Burt Bacharach.
Where you going? Look
Who
at
what
you.
black people are going to go see Burt Bacharach?
Dionne Warwick.
Dionne Warwick.
Bacharach.
You know what black people do? They go to Dionne Warwick for psychic advice.
That's right.
That's a whole different thing.
Howard, you're too much.
All right. Thank you, baby.
So much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for making so much sense.
Blacks don't go to concerts. Well, they do.
Now, what is this new single, Peaceful World? Is this? Do we have a peaceful world? Is this your wish for a peaceful world?
Oh, I wrote this song a couple years ago.
You did.
And,
but it's appropriate now in light of September 11th.
Yeah.
Gary, you look like you're in love.
That's John Cougar is. I mean, John Mellencamp is.
Oh, don't say Cougar.
I know. John Mellencamp.
Kick your ass.
He's probably in my top 5 artists, and Freddie and I have many nights where we drank and.
All right, who are your
and
top 5 artists?
Dissected his
Let me
music.
hear your top 5.
Well, Springsteen,
Yeah.
Pete Townsend, U2, REM, all the bands you hate,
and
John Mellencamp.
John Mellencamp.
Yeah, those are like some of my favorite artists.
I'm not a big REM guy.
Well, I got to tell you, I went to see them in concert. That guy got to shut up.
Yeah, he talks too much.
Way too much between the songs.
Goddamn, sing the goddamn song.
Yeah.
Wait, put that microphone on that one. Yeah.
I don't even talk to the audience. If
You won't get me talking to John Cougar.
I mean,
John Mellencamp.
I walk off stage every night. My manager goes, you could at least say goodbye."
You know what I like about that? No one's there to hear you talk. They want you to sing.
No, nobody cares what I think.
That's right. I like that. If I could
already
sing,
said it in the song.
I'd come out, I'd sing, I'd say, I got nothing to say to you.
Oh, wouldn't you love that?
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
The Dinosaur REM, they could have done 20 songs. He did like 10 because he talked a song's worth in between each song.
You know what
What'd
my
he say?
problem is? What did he say?
Oh, just about politics, about what's going on in the world, about what's in the news and how he feels about. It was everything about how he feels.
I went to a party where he wouldn't shut up. Not to me.
Really?
I watched him. He's flitting around like a butterfly, talking to everybody. Shut up.
Opinion.
How could you have that much to say?
Springsteen talks for 20 minutes about how he got out of the draft.
Well, that's true. Springsteen tells us.
But I love that.
Springsteen talks too much.
I love that. I'm
right?
sorry.
Come on, John. I know. You know
I
these
haven't
guys.
seen Bruce I haven't seen him play since 1980.
Well, he was talking back then.
First of all, he tries to sound like he's from Indiana. When I was a boy in Jersey.
Yeah, how did he get that?
How'd he get that accent?
When I was a boy, I used to go down to the parking lot with my cow and my horse, and I used to dream of the big city.
The meanwhile, the big city's like 10 minutes away.
Big city's on there. You take a subway, you're over the big city.
Drive over, Bruce.
A lot of guys try to act like they're from a small town, right?
I guess
They do.
I wasn't aware of it. I mean,
You've never heard of Bruce
I just am, so I just always did.
Well, what about you've heard Bon Jovi, right? Bon Jovi's got a weird accent too. Like he's from Indiana, but he's not. He's from New Jersey, about 20 minutes away.
I never noticed that.
You just keep you just keep to yourself. It's smarter that way. Lynn, you're on the air.
Hi, John.
Hey, how you?
I'm so excited. I can't believe I'm talking to you. I just wanted to ask you, how many kids do you have, and are they in your business?
Yeah, are your kids in the business?
Yeah, like are they your manager? And
No.
Yeah, a lot of guys. Like I had Tony Bennett on the show. Every one of his kids is involved in his business.
Well, Danny, his son he manages everything.
Yeah, he's the manager. You got kids, but you got young kids, right?
No, I have a 31-year-old daughter.
You're
You do?
kidding.
Is she managing you, or?
She calls me up and she said, "Dad, you missed the kids' birthdays again." That's what she says.
It's hard to believe you have a 31-year-old daughter.
He's a grandfather.
I have 4 grandchildren.
No kidding. Are they going to get in the business too?
They're just learning how to swim.
So far you don't have to support your kids by putting them in your business. It's
No.
all separate.
None of them.
Well, you're a blessed man then, actually.
Oh, I don't
How
think
many
that-
kids do you have?
I have 5.
5?
Oh, that's great.
Go ahead.
31.
Well, I've been listening to you for 25 years, and I think you're great.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for the music.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yes, go ahead.
A lot of people are calling saying that someone in John's band is wanted by the FBI.
Oh, that's a whole other thing. But I don't think that guy's not here right now.
Oh, he's not here now?
Yeah,
Is he really wanted by the FBI?
Yeah.
No, they got him.
Oh, they got him.
Yeah, it was a child pornography thing.
Oh, really?
Oh,
it
is
was
that
weird.
you?
Oh, was it weird?
Was that me? That wasn't me.
John, you're so immature.
He was on America's
John, no
Most
wonder you
Wanted.
can't stay in a marriage.
Oh, yeah. I saw that guy from American Most Wanted at the Indianapolis.
Well, did that freak you out?
Yeah, because we didn't even know.
How would
We
you
knew
know?
The guy was a weirdo.
Yeah, but
That's
every
why we got
musician's
him
a
out of
weirdo.
the- No.
But this guy was a real weirdo.
Yeah, this guy, he was in the band how long, Mike?
Just about a year.
He was an unbelievable piano player. I mean, just unbelievable. It was just like,
Probably played for the kids.
well,
Yeah.
probably.
And so all of a sudden the FBI was looking for him, and you were like,
Well, he was in the band from like 79 to like 81.
It made it sound like the guy was touring with him yesterday and they
Right.
arrested him.
Well, and you know what? My kids saw it on TV and ran in the kitchen and went to Elaine. Are the police looking for Dad? And then I see this guy that runs the American Most Wanted at the Indianapolis 5, and he walks up and acts like he's my buddy. I looked at him and I thought, Well, don't be talking to me.
Yeah, right. I'm not going to bail you out.
Yeah.
So is he in jail? He must be in jail now.
I don't know what happened to him.
Oh, my God.
I know that he got arrested in, where at, Mike?
I'm not sure where he got these. Oh, Thailand.
Yeah, he got in Thailand.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
You know, Thailand is Disneyland for like pedophiles.
Right.
Right, man. Was he always like begging you to play like children's parties and stuff? Hey, let's skip these rock concerts. Let's go do kids parties.
Go to a school.
I'll tell you a funny story. This guy was so weird compared to like the rest of us. That one night in Milwaukee, we walk out of a show. Now this is like 1978, 79,
Right.
maybe, and there's all these things on the windshield to go to the Bunny Hutch,
Right.
which was a prostitute place, right?
Yeah.
So for a joke, we call the Bunny Hutch, and we have a woman sent to his room.
Uh-oh.
Because you know, he just never talked to girls, and but we also had planted a tape player under his bed.
Oh.
Right, boom. So we could hear what happened.
Right.
So you know, it was like 30 bucks or something. So the girl knocks on the door. She goes in, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" Blah blah blah. And he gets a back rub from her. And it costs us $60, and she leaves. That was it.
Oh, how weird. Now, that's weird.
Well, that's what we thought too.
Then you
We
knew
thought,
something was up.
You have prostitutes in your room, Eric, and you just get a back rub from her.
Oh, man.
You know, you're 25 years old. What's going on?
Little did you know you should have sent a little boy.
Oh, man, Mike's correcting me. He gave her a back rub.
Oh, he gave her a back rub. Oh, you knew there was something wrong. Oh, that's
But he
just
used,
so
to
great.
he used to have a little bike that he rode her. And those little portable bikes.
Oh my
And we'd be
God.
staying at the Sunset at the.
Kid, you want to ride my bike?
Yeah, we used to say. Well, no, not Sunset Market. What's the one in Hollywood on the Strip?
Oh,
Chateau Marmont.
Right.
The Chateau Marmont. And we'd walk out of the Chateau Marmont, and there'd be Eric on his bike with the wheels this big,
pedaling around.
in like a wool suit. And, you know, it's like,
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, that's a weird guy. But he played a hell of a piano.
He was unbelievable.
You're willing to overlook people's weirdness if they can play.
Well, he was really an unbelievable musician.
So you were home, like you saw this on America's Most Wanted.
No,
and-
actually, the FBI came to my house when all this started.
Great.
That's fun.
Yeah, I loved it. And they called my office and they said, "Can we come over and talk to you?" And I thought, what did Wanchek do now?
Yeah.
They're bothering you, and you haven't seen the guy since 1982?
I haven't spoke to
They
him.
wanted to just speak to John Mellencamp.
Or-
No, what they came over and said to me, they said, "Listen, you're going to start getting a lot of publicity about this, and how do you want to handle it?"
Great pedophilia.
And I said, "I don't want any publicity.
Don't
Leave me
mention
out of
it.
Yeah, keep me the hell out of it."
Just pretend he never worked with me.
It's the pedophilia tour,
Yeah.
John Mellencamp.
It was, you know, and the thing of it is that the guy was, you know, he was a nice guy, but
Yeah, he just had a
he was a weirdo.
They always are.
Yeah, he's a founding member of NAMBLA.
But I have to say, when all this happened, none of us called up and go, "Oh, can you believe that happened?" We all kind of went, "Ah."
I can see him play the piano on
Answered a
Now
lot
it
of
all
good-
makes sense. The tape recorder, the whore, the whole thing, the
Yeah.
back rub.
Answered a
Well,
lot
that's
of
like-
questions.
The little bike.
The little bike that he wrote,
He
on
must
the
have,
Sunset Strip.
what was his favorite song? Pink Houses, A Little Kid for You and Me?
No, he wasn't even. He wasn't even in the band.
Hurt so good.
Oh, I see. All
Well,
right.
Wanchek loved him so much that I made him room together once. And,
No.
And he put, what did you put, salmon in his
And his what?
in his luggage?
Pickled herring.
Pickled herring.
Pickled herring in his luggage?
Truthfully, he used to travel with his own jars of pickled herring in his suitcase.
So he broke them so it'll stink up every place.
Turns out that wasn't the weirdest thing going on.
No,
right.
apparently not.
Hey, Artie, I got to do a background check on you. Come to think of it, I don't know you that well.
Yeah, you might have a little.
Hey, Howard, it's me, Artie.
But you know how weird Fred, you wouldn't be surprised if you read that Fred was arrested by the FBI for pedophilia. You know, you just wouldn't know. I'm just kidding. All right. Anyway.
Terrible.
Oh, man, that's just too much.
Well, I'll tell you, this guy, if they got him in prison, he won't make it.
He won't.
No, he'll kill himself or something.
Right, yeah. Okay.
There's no way that he's gonna make it. He's
Yeah.
just, he's just so weird.
Oh, man.
Can he have his little bike in prison? Ride around the yard?
He could play piano for the warden.
There you go. Give
I
music
was
lessons
making
there.
I was making an album called American Fool down in Miami, and I remember the day I fired him.
Yeah.
Because it was so funny. Was it funny that a big fight broke out, right? You know, so
Yeah.
what? With John Mellencamp, you're in a fight, big deal.
Yeah.
So anyway, he got real offended about something I said, and I fired the bass player, and he says, "Okay, well, if you're going to fire him, I'm going to." And Mike and
Let's go.
who gives a shit? Get him.
We're sick of your salmon.
Yeah, take your pickled herring and get out of here.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm checking my crystal ball, and things tell me you'll be arrested in Thailand on one of these days.
And then what he did after that, he bought a great big school bus and listen, and knocked the side of it out and made it a stage so that he could drive down the road and then open this bus out and a stage would come out and this baby grand would come out and he'd drive around all over the Midwest and play piano for free.
Yeah, in a school bus.
School bus.
Yeah, so kids would recognize the school bus. Everything's about kids. Now that you see it, everything's about kids.
Yeah.
The same way we hunt down poontang. You know, go to the gym, try to work out so you look decent. He's busy with little bicycles and school buses. John Mellencamp's new album, Cuttin' Heads. Get that in stores right now, and of course, Peaceful World and other songs on there. And I love when you come in here. It's great. You are just the best, man. You really, really are.
Thank you.
All the great songs you've written, man. Really, just fantastic. And we're going to take a break. We'll do a little news for you, and then we'll end this mess.
Okay.
Thanks, John. Great. Guys, thanks.
Thank you.
Great.
John, you got off easy in there.
What do you mean I got off easy?
You didn't have to play gay chicken or the sex wheel.
Gay chicken. I don't know what that is.
It's a little game they play with where you have to creep up the other person's leg with your hand. Whoever chickens out first before you get to.
I don't play gay chicken. I mean, that's not anything wrong with it, right?
All right, John. Thanks for coming down, man.